Many people who have attempted to build one of these stabilisers have found that their creation doesn't work, or if it does work, it doesn't work very well. These videos will hopefully give some support and helpful advice for such situations. The first thing is to pick the right circuit. For this there's only one show in town, the fast type. Don't waste your time with anything else. You should use the highest crystal oscillator frequency that you can get, and you should put in as many shift registers as you can. The more the merrier. To save yourself a lot of time, it might be a good idea to go to my website first and download the Fast H&P Stabiliser Simulator program. With this you can try out different parameters and see what works without getting your hands dirty with that solder stuff. Here's what the program looks like when it's opened. You've got a box where you can write your parameters and it'll calculate the step for you. When you've done that, fill the box in, click run and see how it goes. Well, that one's not going to lock. The red line represents 1 second from the start, by the way. We've either got too small a correction rate or we've set too high a drift rate. We leave the correction rate at 100 Hz per second and decrease the drift rate from 70 to 60 Hz per second and see what happens. That one locked okay, over to one side of its step, but pushed there by the drift. 60 Hz per second is the sort of drift you might get for a second or two after switch on of the VFO. So 100 Hz per second correction rate will be ample. The correction rate, by the way, is the maximum rate the integrator can move the VFO. Right, so let's see a practical manifestation of this stabiliser. I put this together many years ago to test out my first fast Huff and Puff. In fact, the first fast Huff and Puff. I put a 30 MHz VFO and the stabiliser into a biscuit tin. It was just after Christmas. At some time in the previous 25 years, the tin has had a nasty accident with ferric chloride, but the insides have survived. Okay, time to test. The VFO is off, the stabiliser is off. So I'll switch the unstabilised VFO on. So the unstabilised VFO obviously drifts. It's the Pope of Catholic. Now to switch the stabiliser on. There'll be an initial jump in frequency as the voltage hits the vari caps, but that will only be momentary. The VFO is locked instantly. I'll tune the VFO to a new frequency. It locks the instant I stop tuning. Switch the stabiliser off. And the VFO is still drifting. Do bears poo in the woods. Well, what do you think? Does the Huff and Puff work? If you use the fast type, it certainly can. Get your correction rate right, not too high, not too low. You might have noticed a pot in the stabiliser for tweaking the correction rate. Buffer the VFO so you don't get any nasties from the stabiliser into the VFO. Build it solid and it'll work just fine. You won't know it's there apart from the fact that there is no drift.